Very many people came out to speak about the late Garuga, who is now deceased. Garuga is a name which resonates by funding the revolution. Even before I joined politics, I used to hear the name Garuga. At least every youth leader within the FDC has ever gotten the support of this man. There are some selfless people who have the revolution at heart. That's why the reason I feel bad when I see people playing with the revolution. Okay? When BYANYIMA was talking about Garuga's life, you could see the passion he had for change. In fact, let me play a tape when BYANYIMA was talking about Garuga. Here's the tape.
Let me tell you one story. When Besigye fled Uganda and went to South Africa, I stayed here. I became an unofficial leader of an unofficial opposition. Because we were all in a realm, there was no opposition. But we were there on the form agenda, we have disagreed. We had no party, we were not registered, but we were a group that had rebelled. And our leader had gone, and I was alone. And while I was here, people coming from the elections all the way from the north, the border with Sudan, to the people in Kisoro with the border with Rwanda, were coming to me. They were saying, "Nyobo chizenji yanje nyenda okutura. Nyoba ntemberaho kuguru nyenda kwababira government of Human Rights Commission TTJ. And I had no party, no institution, I was alone. But you know, I could call James Bisenguzi. I could say, "Can I say this one to you?" And he would laugh. He used to call me Princess. He said, "Princess, why am I? So one by one, I kept sending people in distress to him. He solved their problems in the best way he could. I would never know, but they would never come back to me. Then one day...
that is Dr. Kizza Besigye's wife. She was narrating that when we all know that everyone who has followed politics is that every opposition leader who has come out to challenge General Kaguta Museveni, either at one time he has run out in exile, either at one time he has been in prison, especially those contenders. So what BYANYIMA is saying is that when they exiled Dr. Kizza Besigye to South Africa, it's James Musinguzi who kept fault with in monetary terms every person who had a challenge. He was fairly wealthy, not the very richest person, but fairly wealthy, so he could help. Okay? And every person who had a problem with government running to BYANYIMA could redirect those people to Garuga and they would get help. Okay? Very many people have talked about this demeanor which cannot be found in opposition politics. Because even those who are fairly wealthy, they may fear to help someone because of government. So if indeed helps opposition, okay, youths, it is a plus for our country. Okay? You rarely find these people. Let's continue.
I was coming from Barara. I defeated Museveni and Gomangime in Barara. You remember that? After I defeated them, then Gomangime thought he could still go to the court and the court can side with him and he can be declared the winner. So we're now in court, petition. I would go with 5 lawyers to fight the case for me in Barara. I would hire a car, plus my car, hotels, and I was broke fighting that case. I don't know how he knew, but anyway, I was completely broke. And one day I was coming back from Barara with 2 cars and 6 lawyers in one car, and me and my baby. And I arrived in Kampala. I only had in my handbag 300,000 shillings and nothing on my account. Then I got a call when I arrived in Kampala that there was a young man in distress, a Kenyan, who needed to get on a bus to go to bury his mother in Kenya. He needed to get on a Kamba bus. So I took the 300,000, gave it to the Kenyan boy, student, and drove home with no money, no fuel in my tank, and my baby. And I was in my bed at night thinking, who can I go to and say, I have no money? I was desperate, but I was a leader. So I'm in my bed in the morning at 9 and I don't want to get out. I'm feeling the world is horrible. And I get a call at 10. Princess, Orioka? Hey, I'm there. I'm coming to see you. He came. He sat in my sitting room. I felt too proud to tell him I'm at the end of the road. I couldn't tell him. He said, how are you? Have you heard from him? How is he in South Africa? I told him. Okay, stay strong. Then he opened and pulled out 5 million shillings and gave it to me. I broke down and cried. He didn't know. But he just said, are you okay? Here, give me 5 million shillings. I was never going to ask. But something told him, she's in trouble. Go see her. So James Musinguzi was for us.
So that is Garuga Musinguzi. Even BYANYIMA came out to talk about how she was helped by the same man. And I have heard such stories in different political circles, even those who never gave a speech.
The Honorable Medard Segona is here. All the politicians in my generation, we have benefited from his generosity. I want to assure you and speak on behalf of all the political leaders of my generation in the opposition. One or the other, Garuga has financially supported us. He has supported all of us. The Mwanga Chivumis, whoever, all of us, Segona and others. The Honorable Kabaskuruka, all of us have benefited immensely from his generous contribution.
Okay. Even those, I remember there's a TV interview where even the former MP from Makinde East, Ibrahim Kasozi, was mentored by Garuga on how to make money. He would not only help to give people money, but if you had a start, he would mentor you to do business. Because I remember that story vividly, when the former MP from Makinde East, when he had just become a member of parliament, I think. No, before he became a member of parliament, he got some money and decided to buy a Benz. So when he drove it to see Garuga, Garuga told him that you've made a mistake, because the Benz was only going to take money from him. And it's true, because even my first car I bought, it was taking, at the moment you buy a car, it takes money from you before you even establish yourself. I'm not saying that the car is bad, okay, but buying a car in the wrong time can even make you to do, because when the former MP was narrating, when Musinguzi told him that, he actually started seeing it to an extent that the car he bought expensively, when he was selling it, he sold it at a loss. So he mentored him to do business. Musinguzi did not only help politicians, but he helped them, he mentored them in business circles. So such a soul is very hard to replace. I pray that we get such people in the struggle, because those are the fire that light up the souls of different human beings. Okay? Of course, that's my opinion. Remain yours, Mr. Makinde. Kavye Sulaiman Mawagari, the next MP for Makinde East constituency. I'll see you on another one. Peace.
Yes, Kavye Sulaiman Mawagari. I am putting in my request to fly the NUP flag high in Makinde East constituency, so that I can represent the great people of Makinde East. Nkomyewo omulundi ogwokubiri n'obwongo nga bwesera nga busera. Ebiwandiiko byange mbirese bibino.